Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and on Patreon for extra support and any kind of updates. Usually, I'll go about on Twitter X. And later today, we'll get another Midnight Suns episode. And I already have some completed gameplay series here in 4K, the most recent ones, and 1080p, the older ones, around 5 to 6 years old. So if you are interested or curious about any kind of the games that are here and see if it's something that it might interest you, feel free to check them out. Okay, so everybody already spoke about this. Everybody gave an opinion. At my time zone, it was late at night, so I didn't even bother to stay to awake too late to make any kind of reactions to this. But yeah, PlayStation 5 Pro doesn't seem to be a good upgrade, even though there are some interesting tidbits here. On the presentation, it was basically a technical presentation of what this Pro version can do. They focused a lot on this the big free, as Markson mentioned on that video. Supposedly, the GPU is the biggest upgrade that they did here, which is 67% more compute units, which it's now at 60 compute units, which is more comparable in terms of compute units with an Xbox. Got 20% faster memory, and supposedly it enables 45% faster rendering for gameplay, making the experience much smoother, or so they say. Got a little bit more ray tracing capabilities here. Again, they go about some things here, but whatever. And then in terms of upscaling stuff, I think it's the one of the most interesting things here, which is what they call PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, which is basically machine learning algorithm thing there that can, I will assume, increase the quality of the upscaling, given that I think consoles use dynamic super resolution, which is depending on to maintain a certain frame rate, they can lower or increase the resolution that it's being rendered there. But yeah, not much here else than this. The interesting thing regarding the upscaling thingy and the ray tracing stuff here is the fact that the RDNA free, which is basically based on this upgrade in terms of GPU, is based on RDNA free, but it has some introduction of RDNA for um, um, things regarding I think it's the NPU that is coming from the upcoming RDNA for GPUs. I think is the NPU side of things there, which I think could be something good for them to explore, given that usually with upscaling and in terms of calculation of ray tracing and as such, I think that the most thing is the upscaling technology there. The fact that you have an algorithm that you can just for one setup of hardware, which in this case PS5 Pro, I think the algorithm can work a little bit better and can be fine-tuned to that particular hardware. I think it might be a good thing and something that I think with upcoming games you will notice a little bit improvement in quality, on quality, especially on visual quality, and maintaining a certain 60 frames per second kind of goal there. I think that their purpose, or at least what they're trying to do here, is eliminating the choice between performance mode and quality mode from the PS5, which is trying to deliver the same visual quality than quality mode, but keeping up with 60 frames per second and trying to reach a compromise there, which is getting 60 frames per second with improved quality. Basically, that's it. Um, I think that's the main thing. They butchered is the price there. $700, if not mistaken. The stand is sold separately, and the disk drive is also sold separately. Again, this is was the only chance for them to do something like that. It have just one version of this PS5 Pro, and they choose to go without the disk drive there, which is not good. But yeah, um, uh, it's a lot to ask for, mainly because the disk drive itself is $80 or around about that, and then the stand, which is sold separately, it's another $30, from what I understood, which leads ourselves to almost $850 basically, to have the complete experience, let's say. Um, Taking into account that people that had PlayStation 5, the disc version, yeah, it's a huge ask. I think to a certain degree they're trying to test the waters regarding PS6 launch price. I think they are trying to test the waters with this increase to see if how well received it is. But then again, you might just go to Twitter or even YouTube and you will see the reactions of everybody. Yeah, it's not good. And with that said, just a quick note here. I also saw some people trying to make builds around the same kind of price point there, and I will take my chance here to throw my 2 cents on the thing here. Again, I think it's comparable for around $1,000. Again, there are certain things that can be eliminated here, which is the cooler here that I added here, which brings about $1,040, give or take. Again, this is a kind of very generic CPU that you can play, already prepared to play 1440p games, give or take, with good settings. Again, it's a AM5 platform. It's a 7600 non-X variant because it brings the box cooler. The motherboard is a very interesting motherboard because it can handle all the lineups of Zen 4 and Zen 5 without any problems. In terms of DDR, I just selected a 6000 mega transfer memory there, 32 gigabytes, which is more than enough for you to not replace them in the near future. Then I just throw out a 2 terabyte NVMe so you can at least install Windows and a lot of games there. Then I got the case, which is a Fractal Design Pop Air with free fans included, around $60. Again, you can chip out a little bit more, but I don't recommend to do so. I think this is a very good case there. Then I throw out a very good power supply, 850 watts there from Kunamy Master. They usually do pretty good power supplies. You can chip out a little bit more. I usually don't advise, or at least get less wattage there, but then in a couple of generations, for sure, you will need to upgrade there. I think this is a good sweet spot on the wattage there. It's kind of future proofing, and when the time comes from PS6 launch, you will not need to at least replace all the components, maybe except with the exception of the GPU there, which by the price point, supposedly when the PS6 come at around the same price point, you will might be able to upgrade your GPU to a way better performance than the PlayStation 6 comes out. But yeah, here it's very basic stuff. It's more than good enough to play games at 4040p, and if you want to use some upscaling to increase quality of the things, I think it's more than doable. Again, this is comparatively to the PS5 Pro in the sense that it's the box, and you already have at least a mouse and keyboard, which is something that you can, for starters, can do it for cheap. Usually any kind of controller, even the DualSense, can be integrated on your PC, and any kind of monitor. Usually if it is a television, you can plug it in and at least take advantage of the ease of use of any kind of PC there. Again, for $1,000 for a but you can, if you want, you can even chip out for an equivalent in terms of performance on a PS5. You can go around $250. Might find maybe even an Intel GPU. But yeah, in terms of performance, I think this reaches like almost double of performance of a PS5 at least for this price point. But you can slim it out to 950 or even 900 if you really want to squeeze out by going for an AM4 platform instead of an AM5. But yeah, I think it's a very comparable and very fair price for what you have here. But yeah, and then the advantage of PC gaming is you don't need to upgrade everything at the same time. You can upgrade some things here and there when you have budget for that. So I think you have that advantage, plus the fact that you are not, to a certain extent, you are not tied up in any kind of exclusivity because PC can play anything, and you got huge amount of library of games that you can play from both PlayStation and both Xbox. Uh, yeah, basically that's it. That's my 2 cents on regarding the PS5 Pro there. Yeah, not much else to, to talk about. Again, it's not a good. It's I just want more information in terms of the rest of the specs. I'm more curious about the specs because it might give us a glimpse what they are going to try to do regarding PS6. And on the side of the NPU stuff there from RDNA4, I'm not sure if we can extrapolate anything for the upcoming RDNA4 GPUs there for the DIY market. In other news, we got Elden Ring. Out of the sudden, another patch coming. Again, this patch seems to be focused more on balancing the last boss of the Shadow of the Earth Tree. I'm not going to spoil the name of the boss there. It seems that changing the attack pattern at the beginning of the battle, again, it was a little bit frustrating. I already did the Shadow of the Earth Tree. I went for the oh my god, I don't want to say the name for the last boss. And when you die on the retries, it can be a little bit aggro in the beginning, so you don't have any kind of huge preparation. Let's say you have to be light on your feet there, and adjusting some attacks, decreasing their health and stamina damage, which is okay. I didn't have any. After you figure out the patterns of attacks, it's relatively easy when you figure out the attack patterns. It was relatively kind of easy to get around there. But yeah, but I think the main thing that I think regarding the patch of this boss is the visibility of some attack effects has been improved. Again, it was very confusing so to get a sense where the attacks are going for, and the leftovers like the light attacks that there are there. It was a little bit confusing, but yeah, a good thing to see. Hopefully it didn't get too much nerfed, because I think it makes sense to be a very difficult boss by the virtue of the fact that it's the final boss of the DLC, and for lore reasons also. And then again, they include the usual balance between PvP, general balance changes, and bug fixes. I checked the full patch notes. Again, I didn't see anything like hugely relevant. Hopefully, I just again, it's been a while since I played Elden Ring. Hopefully, the balancing out of the in terms of performance, I hope it's a little bit better. But yeah, again, and I think the main highlight here is the final boss adjustments that they did there. In terms of Final Fantasy XVI, the PC demo also had a new update addressing certain issues, which all the issues that they are addressing on the demo will be applied in the full version as well. Again, I thought so. It doesn't make sense you launch a demo and not then do the update addresses on the demo and not doing on a full version. Again, I think that's one of the reasons they launched the demo, is to try to figure out what kind of beta testing. And I think the best way of you beta testing with your clients is you launch a demo so you can have the perception how you can improve in terms of performance on the game itself. But yeah, hopefully it will be they address basically the main things that main complaints that people have, which is basically the stuttering stuff there. um, but it's still there a little bit there, here and there on more demanding scenarios from what it seems. But yeah, hopefully they can. Again, it's going to launch on the 17th. I'm not sure how well optimized the game will be, but for that, again, always wait for reviews of the game to see what state this game is going to be in. I will assume in a couple of days we might see some reviews of the game if they are confident on the launch of this PC port. But yeah, other than that, I don't see any major issues, and hopefully the game will be in a good state of playability. And then lastly, we got again supposedly Star Wars Outlaw finally decided to patch the game one more time. Supposedly they did. I don't know. Again, highlights, tweaks, and improvements, some challenging stealth moments. I think they had the thing that you um, when you were discovered on the stealth, you just had to restart all over again. Overall, supposedly overall PC performance in optimization is now improved. Crash fixes, old school trophies, hyperspace mission fix, various bugs. Again, all the bugs that we'll be seeing, it's a mess. Supposedly, again, with all these kind of things here, it is expected that this shouldn't be needed. The game should already come at least with this patch for starters, because the issues that I've been seeing in this game are not good. They are not helping on selling this game, and the fact that the game itself it's not very good. It's basically a reskin of a Ubisoft game. Not even the story seems to be that good, for starters, at least from what I've been seeing here. Yeah, it's a shame. I was kind of interested in this game, but yeah, just playing a Madam solo with a not so good story, with a lot of flawed mechanics, with a reskin of a Ubisoft game. Again, it's not for me. That's for sure. Um, yeah, I don't know what to tell you about this game more than it's already been told by everybody. It's a shame. It's a shame that a game like this didn't go well. And again, Ubisoft is in deep trouble. I think I covered that yesterday. So, but yeah, let's keep to the good stuff, which is good gaming deals. We got on Steam Atomic Heart. You got 60% off on all versions, and if you're not sure, you got the demo here to try it out for yourself. We got No Man's Sky, again, excellent game. They got the latest Aquarius Expedition, which is the fishing game mechanic and everything associated with recipes and all that stuff there, and some missions also. We got also Artspace Shipbreaker, 65% off on the base game. We got Red Dead Redemption 2, that's how you tell it, 60% off on the base game. And then we got also the Outer Worlds 50% off the base game also. On GG, we got Frostpunk. This is the GOTY edition, so it's got everything there included, 74% off. We got Jagged Alliance, 50% off, which seems pretty good to me. Then you got Tomb Raider, the GOTY edition also. It got all the DLC included, 80% off, excellent price. And then you got again Wolfenstein, the 2-pack, which is the Old Blood and the New Order included, 80% off on this combo. And then you got Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus, with all the playable DLC associated, 85% off. And yeah, for today, this is it. It's coming a little bit later than usual. I got a pretty busy morning, so I had to delay a little bit doing the programming for today. But yeah, I'll wrap up here with a plug on my Patreon as usual. The Patreon support it's for me to focus on a better storage solution, to get backups of the stuff that I do for my private clients, and also for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. So until then, I'm Master out.